Namaste. My name is Omkar Nath, and I will be sharing a 5 Koshas yoga practice today. In yogic philosophy, it's believed that the human self is composed of 5 layers or sheaths. That's the word Kosha in Sanskrit. And they are separate but also integrated to the whole. You can visualize a Russian doll with one doll on top of each other surrounding them, getting progressively larger. And that's a similar sort of idea. 5 different layers that are separate but still integrated into the whole. So in many yoga practices, we tend to focus just on the least subtle layer, the body, the physical layer. And in this practice, we'll do some things to access some of the deeper and subtler layers. So it'll just be a simple, short sequence that we repeat 3 times with different intentions. And this will access the first 3 layers, or koshas. And then the Shavasana and final meditation will be the 4th and the 5th layer, and that'll be slightly extended to get a better experience of that. The most subtle layer is called Anandamyakos. That's the layer of bliss. So even though that's the subtlest layer, it's believed in yoga that that is the closest to our true selves of the 5, whereas the physical body is the furthest from our true selves. So we'll begin by chanting Om 3 times as we normally do to start practice, and then 5 times we'll chant Anando Hum Anando. That just means that I am bliss, and it's recognizing that bliss is our true nature. Anando Hum Anando. Come to a tall, comfortable seat, and sit on some height that helps you sit tall with more ease. Index fingers and thumbs touching in Gyan Mudra. Backs of the palms on the knees or the thighs, eyes closed. Take a moment to tune the intention inward. And it'll be Om 3 times, Anando Hum Anando 5 times. Inhale to begin. Anando Hum Anando. 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 Notice how that vibration felt in your physical body. Notice if it changed your energy, affected your thinking or your emotions. Slowly begin to open the eyes. Place the palms on the knees now. Begin circling the spine in one direction. As you round the spine, circle backwards, exhale. As you lean forwards, take the shoulders back, inhale. Moving in that direction as fast or as slow as coordinates with your breath. Maybe take a moment to note which direction you decided to move in, clockwise or counterclockwise. And as you begin to practice this more, you can then determine whether that's a pattern more big, full circle. And the next time you come to center, switch the directions. Continue the pattern of inhaling as the navel moves forward, exhaling as the spine rounds. Notice if it feels different moving this direction, possibly more awkward. Maybe you're hearing some clicks or clicks that you didn't hear on the first side. One more big full circle. And come back to center. If you wish, you can change the cross of your legs here, or our skull shining breath practice, or Kapalabhati. This is an active exhale, passive inhale through the nose. Only the belly moves in and slightly up on the exhale. This is for purification, not just of the physical body, but of all the layers of the self. So come to a tall spine. Remember, if you're on your menstrual cycle, if you have a bad headache or constipation, please go very slowly with this practice. If you have high blood pressure, please skip the breath retention afterwards. So I'll exhale completely. Inhale in the belly. And begin. Last 5. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale completely. Exhale a little bit more until you feel a slight lift at the pelvic floor. Hold that feeling and hold the breath out. Feeling empty, feeling pure. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Continue this Mula Bandha here at the pelvic floor and inhale equally through both nostrils, filling up the chest cavity three-dimensionally. At the very top of your inhalation, retain the breath, tuck the chin down towards the third foot Jalandhara Bandha. The collarbone and chest continue to lift up towards the chin as you do this, and Mula Bandha is still engaged at the pelvic floor. Holding for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. First, take your neck straight, then slowly exhale here. Your next inhale, send it into the pelvic floor, your Muladhara Chakra, releasing Mula Bandha there. And exhale completely all the way through the toes. Inhale just below the navel for Slavistana Chakra. And exhale. One more grounding, refreshing, rejuvenating inhale, this time into your third chakra, Manipur, just above the navel. And exhale. And you can slowly slide off a prop if you're on one. Take the legs out in front of you, hands behind you, and we'll be windshield wiping our legs from side to side. So as you exhale, you can take the knees to one side, gaze to the opposite side. Inhale, everything comes to center, and then exhale, do the opposite. And continuing like this for a few rounds. Do a nice gentle twist all along the spine. If you'd like to feel a little bit more core activation, but it will reduce the twist, you can take the hands-free variation, hands coming above the head. And continue to gaze the opposite direction of your knees so that you're still getting a twist. Now the obliques and other core muscles will be engaged as you twist from side to side. Make sure you've gone both sides, same number of times. And coming back towards a table posture, crossing the ankles, taking the hands underneath the knees, hands under the shoulders, the knees under the hips. From here we'll inhale, gaze up, take the belly down, hips up, shoulder blades come together. Exhale, round the spine like a cat, tucking the chin. And inhale, gaze forward, chest and belly descend as you gaze up. Exhale, shoulder blades separate as you press into cat pose, Marjariyasana. Continue with your breath. We're just warming up right now. We haven't gotten to the start of our sequence just yet. Make sure our spine is ready for the postures. And making room for the breath as well. One more round. And after your next exhale, come back to a neutral spine. Extend your left leg straight. Then cross your left leg over the right foot. Gaze towards that left foot, getting your left body nice and long. Inhale as you come to center. And then going the opposite side, straightening the right leg, crossing it over, then gazing towards that right foot. Continue with your breath. Inhaling as you come to center. Exhale as you straighten one leg and gaze over that opposite shoulder towards the foot. Done some twisting, some forward and backward movements to the spine. This is getting some side bending in to finish our warm-up. Remember, you're only moving as fast as you're breathing, no quicker. And allow the breath to dictate the length of the movement. Next time the right leg is straight, let that be the final round. And then come back to sitting. Any comfortable cross-legged position, or thunderbolt pose if that's more comfortable for you. And we'll begin the first round of our sequence. This will be for Annamaya Kosha. That's the physical layer. Anna means food. It comes from the idea that you are what you eat. And we'll begin by Jaya Kriya, which is hands breathing. You'll be inhaling, thumbs up, exhaling, hands come down, squeezing the thumbs. And unlike Kapalabhati, this is active inhale, active exhale through the nose. So the inhale isn't passive, you're actively inhaling each time. So it's a very energizing breath. Inhale, arms up, and begin. 3 more. 3, 2, 1. Inhale, arms up. Inhale a little bit more. Fingers nice and wide, arms nice and long. Exhale, hands to Gyan Mudra on the left. Shoulder blades down. Begin to connect here now with your Ujjayi breath, constricting the back of the throat, breathing in and out through the nose. And please continue this breath as you come back into table pose, slightly longer, making the knees a little bit behind the hips. Tuck the toes, lift the hips up and back for mountain pose, Parvatasana. So for this first sequence, we'll be focusing primarily on our physical alignment, but still continue your Ujjayi breath throughout the practice. Your next inhale, take the right leg up and back. Exhale, take the foot all the way between the hands. Help it there if you need to. Left knee down. And then inhale, raise the arms up and overhead. Exhale, sink deeper into the knee, hips a little bit further forward. Here, we're doing a back bend. So feel like you're tucking your tailbone, pointing it towards the left knee. Then take your shoulders down, away from the ears, and gaze up as much as your body allows and still feels good. And feel more of a stretch in the front part of your left hip. Take the right hip back in space. And notice that stretch of the psoas muscle come a little bit deeper. One more breath in, maybe deepen the back bend just a little bit more. And then exhale, palms come down, framing the front foot. Tuck the back toes under. Without making any noise, inhale, lift the right leg up and back. And then exhale back into Parvatasana. Hips up, equal weight in the hands and the feet. Left side. Now inhaling the left leg up and back. Exhale, foot all the way between the hands. Right knee down. You can always pad the knee too if this feels like a lot on the back knee. Inhale, takes the arms up. Exhale, sinks deeper into the knee and the hip. gazing up towards the hands. If that feels good in the body, tuck the tailbone. And this time the left hip would move back a little bit to feel more here in the right part of the hip. Relax your jaw. One more inhale, coming deeper into the back bend. Exhale, palms come down, tuck the right toes. Inhale, left leg up and back, no noise. And exhale, back into your mountain pose. Inhaling the right leg up once more. Exhale through in between the hands. This time, keep the left knee lifted if possible. Keep the left hand under the left shoulder. Then inhale, the right arm up. Coming into a twist, giving a deep bend in the right knee, but trying not to move the knee out to the right. Keep it directly over the ankle. You can gaze up towards that right hand if your neck allows. Breathing here in the twist. As much as possible, the right shoulder should be stacked over the left. So you might need to take it back in space with every exhale until you feel like you've got that happening. Not forcing anything, just moving with the breath. Seeing what the breath can open in the physical body. Your inhales might take the crown of the head forward a bit, in fact, to elongate the spine. Your exhales then can have more room to twist. Now listen carefully as we transition to side angle from here. We'll take the back heel down and slightly pointing the toes 45 degrees towards the corner of the mat. The right forearm to the right thigh, then inhaling the left arm up. And then if it's comfortable, take it diagonally over the ear, palm facing towards the earth. So you have one long line of energy from ankle to hip to shoulder to the wrist. And once again, you're stacking the shoulders one over the other. This time the left shoulder moves backwards. Try not to dump too much weight into the forearm as you do this. But you can keep bending into the right knee. Weight on the ball mound side of the right toes. Pinky toe side of the left toes. One more inhale here. And then exhale, both palms come down, come off the back heel. No noise as right leg goes back and up. Exhale, Parvatasana. Take a breath here. Maybe noticing what feels different in each side of the body right now. And then we'll repeat the sequence with the left leg. Inhale, left leg up and back. Exhale, foot in between the hands, keeping off the right leg, the right knee. Right hand underneath the shoulder. Inhale, left arm up as you twist to the left. That back leg is strong here. And you're reaching up through the left fingertips so that not too much weight is on the right hand. Notice if this feels different on this side, deeper, easier, more challenging. Continue that process of elongating the spine in the inhale and perhaps twisting deeper on the exhale. And for the transition to Parvatasana, pivot the right heel down, place the left forearm on the left thigh, inhale, right arm up, and if you did so on the first side, take it diagonally over. Continue bending into the knee, feeling light in the left forearm. Shoulder stacking one over another in this side bending posture. Back to jaw. Going for that one long line of energy from ankle, hip, shoulder to wrist. Unless your hand is going straight up, which is okay too. get a little bit less of a side bend in that variation, I feel. One more breath here. And exhale, both palms down. Inhale, left leg up and back. Exhale, back into your mountain pose once more. Moving into side plank, inhale, shift the weight forward, shoulders over the wrists. Exhale, heels move to the right, and the left arm lifts. If this feels like too much, you can take the right knee down. If you'd like more of a challenge, you can stack the feet on top of each other. The important thing is to keep the left hip moving towards the sky. If this is too much on the wrist, you can also come down to the forearm on the right hand. Very strong pose, stay with it. Inhale, come to plank. And then exhale, heels pivot left, right arm comes up, and take the same variation you took on the first side. Right hip is moving towards the sky. Reaching through the right hand. This will actually place less weight on the left hand. One more breath in. Exhale, return to plank and to downward dog, or mountain pose as I like to call it. Coming down to the knees, crossing the ankles, stretching the feet forward. We're coming into a forward fold here. You may wish to place something underneath your hips again to make the fold more accessible. It's up to you. Remember, we have 3 times to do it, so you don't need to go into your deepest fold the first time. Inhale, raise the arms up, make sure your feet and legs are strong. Exhale, folding forward. You may find your toes or outer edges of the feet here. You can bend your knees slightly to find them if you need to. If not, you can just take the hands to the ankles. Inhale, straighten out the spine, lift, and exhale, fold. Feel free to round the spine here, taking the chin in towards the chest. Only if you have a history of herniated disc would I recommend necessarily avoiding the rounded spine here and just go with the flat back variation. In the flat back variation, the chest moves towards the knees and the head moves towards the heels. In this variation that I'm demonstrating, it's the head moving towards the knees, chin's tucked. Continue to engage your quadriceps, and this will assist with releasing the hamstrings. Inhale, slowly coming up. From here, we'll take an inverted pose. This could be the full Shavasana, shoulder stand, or you can just place something underneath your hips and make an inverted L shape with the body. This is halfway. This is good if you're on your menstrual cycle. If you have high blood pressure, glaucoma that isn't medicated to acceptable levels of pressure. For the full Shavasana, make sure it feels good at the back of your neck. Use a blanket underneath the shoulders. If it doesn't, you would take the feet behind the head, support the low back with the hands, and walk the elbows in. From there, you inhale and do your best to stack feet, hips, and shoulders in one line. The less weight you can rest into your hands, the better the integrity of your shoulder stand. Breathing here. And then wherever you are, begin to lower the feet behind the head. Remove your prop from underneath of you. It's there. And then the hands on the mat slowly, one vertebrae at a time, begin to roll the spine down. Once the hips reach the mat, you can inhale and begin to take the feet down all the way to the earth. And from here, Shimmy your hips so that your hands can come underneath them, palms face down, elbows close together. Bend into those elbows, inhale, lift up. Walk the elbows even closer together. Exhale, crown of the head down for fish pose Matsyasana. In fish pose, the legs are strong, and the upper body's expansive. Neck, chest, and shoulders, really making a lot of room in the front part of the body. Press into both elbows. Inhale, lift up, gently tuck your chin, and exhale, lowering the back of the head down. Bend your legs. Take your hands to your knees. Begin to make circles in one direction with the legs. Reverse. And you can note which direction you tend to go with the knees here. In this reclined position, it might be different than when you're upright. And then hug the knees into the chest. And let's make 2 bumblebee breaths together here. Inhale. Fantastic. Now go ahead and lift the head, neck, and shoulders off the mat. Head towards the knees. Begin to rock backwards and forwards along the spine. And eventually returning to your cross-legged position at the start of your mat. So that was one round. This next round we'll be focusing more on how to breathe in each posture and the energetics associated with that. Beginning with Jaya Kriya, hands breathing, inhale, arms up, and exhale, down again. Remember, this is active inhale, active exhale. And try to notice how you're feeling as you do this. Inhale up. More inhale. Exhale, hands down, Gyan Mudra. Close the eyes. Notice if there's a little bit more energy rushing around the system. And tune in once more to your Ujjayi breath. Feel the pelvis stable as chest expands with this breath. It's like you're fogging up a mirror, but with your mouth closed. Really pay attention to this Ujjayi breath as you begin to move to table. And back into Parvatasana. Equal energy in hands and feet. Inhale the right leg up. Exhale, foot in between the hands, left knee down. Inhale, raises the arms up. Exhale, sink into the pose. So there are 5 directions of breath or prana. And this is working on prana. Prana or pranavayu. This is located in the chest. This is an energizing breath working against gravity. So really feel the front part of your chest moving with the inhales and the exhales. Taking the shoulder blades down and back. Give you some more room in the chest to send that breath. One more big, yummy inhale. Exhale, palms down. Tuck the toes. Inhale, right leg up. Exhale, mountain pose. left side, inhale. Exhale, foot in between the hands, right knee down. Inhaling, both arms up. Exhaling, sinking down. Making any subtle adjustments you need here to find more room in the chest for your pran, prana, or pran vayu, depending on your terminology. Vayu means wind, so it's the direction of this pranic force. And the direction for prana is in. Coming in through the nose, we're focusing on the inhales here and finding as much room in the chest as we can for that life force energy. Relax the face. Have one more inhale here. Exhale, palms coming down, tucking the right toes. No noise as you take the left leg up and back and return to your mountain, strong and stable. Next, inhale the right leg up and back. Exhale, foot in between the hands. This time you can come to the same easy twist we did the first time, or if you feel like it's okay in your body, take the hands to Namaskar Mudra and the left elbow outside the right knee. But only take this variation if you feel like you can still breathe. We're offering variations for several of the postures in this round, but only take the deeper variation if it feels like you can breathe consciously in the manner prescribed in that posture. Continue with your Ujjayi breath here. This is working on Saman Prana, a consolidating energy around the navel, which you'll certainly feel in this twist. Saman Pran, or Saman Vayu. It's for assimilation of new ideas, as well as assimilation of food. Also processing of emotions. Anything that needs to be processed in the body, anything taken into the five senses, Saman Prana is responsible for dealing with that. Let's transition now. Left heel down, right hand to the top of the thigh, and moving into your side angle. If you feel like you have the room, take your right hand down to the inside part of the ankle or to a block. But again, if it feels like you're caving down, doing more of a forward fold, if you do that, stay with the first variation. Going for a nice long left side of the body, so you can send the breath into that left lung. Left rib cage expanding three-dimensionally with every inhale. And this is Vyan Vayu, or Vyan Pran. Energy of circulation and movement. Feel like you're sending breath all the way into the toes and the fingertips, energetically. But as far as the actual breath coming into the lung, feel like this coming into the left side, with the right side compressed. Exhale, palms down. Inhale, right leg up and back. Exhale, mountain pose. Couple breaths here. Slow down the momentum of your Ujjayi breath. It's starting to pick up. And then inhale the left leg up and back. Exhale, foot in between the hands. Right leg straight. And again, try to take the same variation as on the first side. Your left arm directly over the right. Palms to Namaskar Mudra. Right elbow outside the left. Twist it. Breathing here with this consolidating energy in the navel center. Notice the abdominal muscles contract slightly on an exhale. Breath filling the lungs three-dimensionally in an inhale. For our transition, right right heel down, left hand on the thigh, or perhaps to a block on the inside of the foot, coming into your side angle posture. This time we're breathing into the right rib cage. So Saman and Vyan Vayus are complementary forces. Saman is consolidating, Vyan is expanding. In terms of your digestive system, the Saman Pran pulls the nutrients out of the food, and then Vyan Pran is responsible for extending that out to various parts of the body. And they work in conjunction with one another to determine how much prana each your various individual internal organs and your endocrine system, each individual gland gets. You're breathing into your right lung and imagining that breath is filling all the way to your fingers and your toes, happy toes here, not gripping the mat. One more breath. Exhale, hands down. Inhale, left leg up and back. Exhale, Parvatasana. For side plank, inhale, shoulders over wrists. Exhale, left arm lifts. And this time, if you want to play with lifting the left leg, you can feel free. Make sure you can breathe steadily, whichever option you choose. Stay with it. Steady breath. One more inhale. Exhale, plank. Inhale here. And exhale, heel to the left. Right arm up. The same variation you took on the first side. Here we're working on Udana Vayu, Udana Pran. And this is for concentration. So these balancing postures really help concentration. Also communication. This is located in the throat and above the throat. So really focus on your Ujjayi breath here. That's helping with the Udana. Right hip is lifting. One more breath here. Exhale, return to plank. And take the knees down. Cross the ankles. And set up for your forward fold Paschimottanasana. Coming first into staff pose. Inhale, raising the arms up. Exhale, folding forward. Bending, rounding the spine if appropriate for you. An advantage of rounding the spine here is it's easier to then breathe into the back part of the body. So you're breathing in between your shoulder blades. And your breath is working with gravity here. Unlike in the back bend we did at the start of our sequence. So this is a Pan Vayu. This is responsible for elimination, not just of food waste, but of anything mentally or emotionally that no longer serves you. So what can you let go of in this pose? And you notice with every exhale, you can perhaps move deeper into the pose. The more you release, the more room there is to go deeper. Inhale, slowly come up. Preparing for the second round of your inversion. Take your time to set up. It can just be a prop underneath the hips, or feet behind the head. Support the low back, elbows in, and balancing on your shoulders. This also works on Udana Pran, but this time gravity is assisting with that subtle uplifting energy into the throat, into the head. If you don't feel like there's much weight in your hands, you can try taking the hands down to the mat and balancing just with the strength of your core. Do what
what's right in your body. Make sure you can breathe. Slowly take the feet behind the head. Now we can all take the hands down to the earth and slowly unravel the spine down. And slowly lower the feet down. And setting for fish pose, hands underneath the hips, elbows bent. As you inhale, coming up off ground. Exhale, crown the head down. Just feel expansive again here, breathing into the chest. And the shoulders and the throat. You can relax your jaw to open your mouth. Continue breathing through the nose. Your mouth kind of looks like a fish's mouth here. That's where it's named from. Pressing down through both elbows. Inhale, lifting up. Gently tuck the chin. And exhale. Back of the head comes down. The hands to the knees. And begin to make your circles in one direction. Massaging the low back. Switch the direction. And come to center. Keep your head and shoulders on the mat for 2 more Brahmari breaths on the exhale here. Relax and let go even further. Inhale. Off the mat now. Let the forehead near the knees. And begin to rock backwards and forwards. Coming up to a seated posture for our final round. Working on Monomyacosha, the mental layer. So in this round, as much as possible, we'll be practicing with our eyes closed so we can really feel and experience the postures without thinking too much, really. I'll be speaking a little bit less than the other rounds. You can trust that you know the sequence now, having done it twice, that you know your physical alignment in each pose, and that you know how to breathe in your pose, sort of letting the body move and rote now, but then really feeling and experiencing any emotions, sensations that you feel in these postures. Close down the eyes, begin jai breathing. Inhale up, more inhale, exhale, backs of palms down, beyond mudra. Now engage Ujjayi breath. Slowly transition towards your mountain pose, keeping the eyes closed if possible. For some of the transitions, you need to open your eyes, and that's okay. Feel the evenness of this pose. Then inhale the right leg up. Exhale, foot forward, moving into your lunge. Once you're settled into the pose, close the eyes if the balance feels okay to do so. And notice what you feel. Next exhale, palms come down. Return to your mountain pose in your own pace. Next inhale, left leg up. Exhale, left leg through. And move into your lunge. Sheaths. Eyes closed if you feel okay, balance. And notice what sensations are different on this side than the first side. Maybe noticing balance is better or worse on this side. Next, exhale, palms come down. Inhale, returning to your even mountain pose. Once again, the right leg lifts. Exhale, coming to a high lunge and moving into your variation of the twist to the right. This one may be challenging to keep balance, closing your eyes. Do your best. Even Ujjayi breath will assist with your balance, with removal of the drishti. Open the eyes for your transition of pivoting the heel down, moving into Parvatasana. Once you're there, see if you can close the eyes. Exhale, hands come down. Inhale, right leg up and back into your Parvatasana. Inhale, left leg. Taking it through. Moving into your twist. See if the eyes can close. Lots of information comes in from the body with the eyes closed. Letting you know what muscles and joints are needed to keep balance. Noticing the breath here. You can halfway open your eyes for the transition to side angle. Right heel down, right arm up. Feeling expansive after feeling compressed in that last posture. The eyes closed, you feel it all the more strong. Both arms come down, turn to mountain. Shifting forward to the plank, heels to the right, left arm rises, or one more side plank. We'll hold a little bit longer this time. Eyes closed if possible. Steady the breath. Here's where your Monomyacosha, your mental body, can sometimes work against you, telling you that you can't hold the posture. But you know that you can hold it. You've done it twice before. Feel really strong here. Keep lifting the left hip. Keep breathing. Return now to plank. Shift the heels to the left. Right arm lifts. Same variation as you took on the first side. Don't move Move to an easier variation just because we're holding a little bit longer. Eyes closed. Right arm reaches. Smile. And breathe. If you're shaking, that's okay. That means you're processing some things. One more breath here. Back to plank. And knees down. Cross your ankles. Make an L shape with the body. Inhale, arms up. And exhale, fold. Eyes closed. Settling in. Notice the energetics of this fold compared to the last few postures. Calming and grounding it is. Inhale, slowly come up. And prepare for one final inversion. Make the choice that's right for you. Stick with it. Once you reach your final posture, eyes closed. Just notice what it feels like to be upside down. Heartbeat might be slowing. And on this mental level, if they're working inversions, it can be a great way to break out of habitual thought patterns, to look at problems from a new perspective. Slowly take the feet behind the head, pulling out. Once your feet are down, pair the arms underneath the body for fish pose. Inhale, lifting, and exhale, crown the head down. Eyes closed. And notice the energetics here. This might feel like a great counter stretch in the upper part of the torso for crouching in front of computer screens or steering wheels. You may feel vulnerable. Just notice if that's the case. One more inhale and exhale to notice what you can. And then pressing down to the elbows. Inhale, lift up, tuck the chin. Exhale, coming down. Make circles with the knees. Reversing. Back to center, lifting the forehead towards the knees. Give yourself a nice hug. And slowly make your way into corpse pose, Shavasana. Take your time. Feel free to place something underneath the head if that helps keep the back of the neck long, or something underneath the knees if you're feeling anything below back. And once you are settled in here, we'll take our 2 Brahmari breaths together in this final relaxation pose. Letting go of anything that you're still holding on to here. Inhale. Inhale. Experiencing Vijnanamaya Kosha, the wisdom sheath, wisdom from direct experience. Not any thinking and analysis here. Just trusting the earth to support you so you don't have to move the physical body. Trusting your breath to take care of itself. And not worrying about controlling the mind, just watching it do whatever it likes to do. Witnessing body, breath, and mind here in Shavasana. Anandoham, Anandoham. I am bliss. Bliss is me. That is my true nature. Moving from this place of intuition that we've just cultivated through Vijnanamaya Kosha into, once again, subtle movements into the body. Use the next minute or so to find a way that transitions you without any agitation into a seated posture once more. No rush here. You are seated once more. Take a moment, make yourself comfortable to sit for a slightly extended period of time, preferably on some height. The backs of the palms on the thighs, Gyan Mudra with the hands, eyes closed. Tall spine. Relax any muscles not needed to keep you erect here. Bring a soft, subtle smile behind your lips. Just an energetic smile, not necessarily muscular. Feel the uplifting energy with that subtle lift of joy brings. And allow that to vacuum energy from the base of your spine all the way up to the crown of the head. Anandamaya Kosha, layer of bliss. Continue a subtle, energetic smile behind the lips, and using that to draw energy, Muladhara Chakra, up to Sahasrara Chakra, and beyond, merging the universe. Please feel free to continue to meditate a little while longer. You'll slowly lift the palms to touch from the heart center, Namaskar Mudra. The word Akanda in Sanskrit means whole, integrated, or indivisible. Just feel like you've integrated the various facets of your being into one whole. You integrated your individual self with the cosmic whole. We'll chant the Akanda Mantra, 1 Om, 3 Shantis to seal our practice. Inhale to begin. Akanda Mandalakaram Vyaptam Yena Characharam Tatpadam Darshitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. This feeling of peace, feeling of bliss, here in the now that it is your natural states. No other person or external circumstance can take this feeling of blissful peace away from you unless you choose to allow that. Like me, honors and salutes that same light in you and in all of the beings. Namaste. Thank you for practicing with me. Please feel free to leave comments, questions, and see you next time.